Hi, I'm John Worley, and today I'm going to tell you a little bit about the top 10 business issues facing new business owners. As more and more people are starting their own businesses, I have many inquiries about what are the top business issues that are facing new business owners when they set up and try to run their own businesses. And so I'm just going to go through 10 of the basic issues that you face if you're setting up a business. Of course, the very first issue is just getting the right entity. There are numerous entities that can be set up: corporation, partnership, LLC, series LLC. There's a number of different things that you can do, and it's very important to choose the right entity for the business that you're going to be entering into. So that'd be the first issue. The second issue is just to make sure that you have all the required organizational documentation. There are a lot of do-it-yourself and discount organizations that set up entities, but they often don't provide the necessary organizational documents that are required under state law, or they don't get people set on the path to prepare the annual documents that are required by law. So that's very important. Next is to get some kind of accounting and bookkeeping process set up right from the start. It's easy to just get going and try to run the business and avoid actually doing the bookkeeping right from the start, but it's very important to get a monthly reporting process established from the very beginning of the business and then to monitor it carefully. Next is it's very important to have what's called a buy-sell agreement. This is an agreement that deals with issues like death, divorce, bankruptcy, where you don't want to end up with a partner that you didn't expect. Or if there comes a point where you decide to split the business or separate, that you have agreed in advance how you're going to do that in an orderly process and in a way that does not destroy the business. So, good buy-sell agreement. Next, it's very important in the process of running your new business to make sure that the legal documents that you sign have been reviewed by a competent business attorney. Don't just sign a lease to a building. Don't just sign a contract for equipment or any other legal document. It's very important to get them reviewed and make sure that they don't have provisions in the document that you shouldn't be agreeing to. Next is to make sure that you formalize your documents, your agreements with either other businesses or individuals. The old idea of a handshake agreement is a bad idea, even if you trust the person that you're working with, because the reason you put agreements in writing is that it forces you to think about the issues that are going to be addressed and the contingencies that you might face and what you'll do in those contingencies. A good written agreement doesn't have to be long, but it should address the basic issues in the agreement and make sure that the parties agree as to what those are. Next is you should make sure that you protect intellectual property. Obviously, there's a trademark associated with any name that you use. There may be copyright or patent, or certainly the website, domain names, various other issues. You need to make sure that you protect yourself so that if you build value to your business, you can protect that value and keep someone else from stealing it from you or using it without your permission. Next is to make sure that you have a good employment contract for your employees. You want to make sure that it addresses issues like confidentiality, trade secrets, non-competition, and related issues. These are very important, and you should have a standard employment contract that you have your employees sign. It's also a good idea to have clear standards and policies for your employees. Even if you're a small business, a very small business, if you start out and establish your employee policies and standards, it makes it easy to grow the company and maintain those standards. If you don't try to establish the standards until you get larger, it becomes much more difficult. Last is just in general, you have to keep up with the changing legal requirements. Unfortunately, we live in a world that has constantly changing legal requirements, and so it's important for you to monitor trade publications and other sources related to your business, and to have a proactive relationship with a good business attorney. By proactive, I mean don't just wait until you have problems. Anticipate and try to prevent problems by having a relationship with a good business attorney. Many people get into trouble because they don't want to spend the money that's necessary to get the accounting and legal help that's necessary up front to run a business. But it is very important to find the right accounting and legal help, and from a legal standpoint, you need a business attorney who has experience with businesses. I have nearly 30 years of experience now with businesses, including acting as a CFO, COO, and CIO in a number of different businesses. So I have hands-on as well as practical legal experience in serving as general counsel for a group of companies in this area. So if there's any way I can help you with any of these issues, I would love to be of service. Thanks for listening to this video.